Before Bitcoin hits 137,000, there's one last trap. Most traders are walking right into it. Be sure to watch this video to the end because I'm going to give you the exact levels that you need to be ready for, and I'm also going to give you free trade alerts on KASPA and XRP.
Hey, I'm Scott, and I've been a pro trader for 10 years. In these videos, I'm going to teach you everything I've learned so you don't have to learn the hard way. Remember to follow and share the channel, and also have your alerts on because I'm going to give you a lot of updates and you want to be the first to know.
Let's start out by looking at the Bitcoin weekly chart. Now, as you can see here, Bitcoin has been ranging in this top range here. And what I've done is I've drawn a parallel channel that you can see. Let me change the color of the parallel channel for you. So this yellow channel, Bitcoin's ranging in. Now, to make it even more interesting, what you have to do as a trader, you need to know where the volume is. Now, the nice thing about this, I'm going to pull a fixed range volume profile for you, and you're going to see how we've been nailing these moves. Now, if you don't follow me on X, you can follow me at @CScottHolland, and don't forget to click the FFA link where we give you these insights every week. All right. Now, the fixed range volume profile pulls up right here in this range. What we're going to do for a second, I'm going to zoom in. Now, when we zoom in, we can clearly see all the volume here in this range is right here at the point of control. Bitcoin's breaking below that level right now, and we absolutely have to hold this SR flip at 104.5, okay? Now, I've already been giving some really good trade alerts on Bitcoin that have absolutely crushed it. In fact, I won't review them all to save time. Let's just go to present tense, okay? So I gave this one alert long, and I said my most recent alert was head short against this point of control. As you can see on the daily chart here, here's what we're looking for, okay? Let me break it down for you. Everyone's expecting Bitcoin, 175,000, Bitcoin, 200, 500, whatever the crazy things are. But here's the reality. The markets are poised right now to set one last trap. There's a lot of news out there about Iran war going with Israel, and the U.S. is getting involved. Okay, this thing's setting up for a perfect deeper pullback. All right, so here are my two most likely scenarios. All right, number one, we begin to hold 104.5 level, okay, in this range on the daily and weekly chart for Bitcoin. If and only if we hold 104.5, what we're looking for, we're actually looking for a move up into 137,000 Bitcoin, okay? That's on a higher time frame. Now, that said, let's talk about the trap that no one's ready for, okay? The reality is, having a head short from here from 109 is a good idea, and I do have one, because if we break down here, potentially we're going to dip down to 95K to 88K on a deeper pullback before we get that move up. All right, now the markets are setting up for this. Let me show you real quick traditional markets. ES put in this monster rally here, and we're at the point of control right now, right around 60.60. That said, if we get this deeper pullback, we could get a move down here to 5,800 or even as low as 54.62. A move like that in crypto would give you something like this for Bitcoin. I'm going to go back to the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, what you're going to be looking at if we get a move like that is a dip down here to this anywhere from 96.6 to 93.3. These are two SR flips we never actually came back and tested. Or the deepest pull, by the way, we bounced that one time off the 9 EMA. That was a long setup as well. The deeper pull would pull us down here to test this 21 MA yellow, right around 93-ish. And then I think the absolute deepest pull we could get would be around 88K. Now, why? Let's take a quick look at this last move. Okay, we were long from here. This was a trade alert where we held the 50 MA, right? However, if we just look at a basic Fibonacci pull here, and I'm going to show that to you. If we pull from this wick low to this wick high, right? we're looking at a move down here into the golden pocket. All right, now that's also a perfect retest of the 50 moving average. So don't get caught off guard if Bitcoin pulls back into this 50 MA around 85, 88, all right? Or if we do a pull back into this, a shallow pull would put us back at the 21 moving average on the weekly, right around, 95.5. Now, Bitcoin loves to wick down through levels, all right? And that's all about liquidity. The market makers love to come back and take all the liquidity. So if we look at a volume range profile of this wick low to this wick high, let's see where the volume is. All right, yeah, the volume's here, so we're holding it, but this would be a value area low right around 92, 93. So we're looking for these lower levels if and only if Bitcoin fails to hold this range that we're trading right now. As you can clearly see, we're in this range. We're also in this pennant pattern. I can change the colors of this to make it more clear for you to green, because I think that is the most bullish case, is we're in this bull pennant right here. Let me change this, hang on. We're in this bull pennant. And if we're in this bull pennant, we're just gonna like consolidate and explode out. Now, we do need SRSI to cross back up, and it hasn't yet. So keep these levels on your charts. But on a daily chart, it's a lot more clean, and I'm explaining a lot of these trading concepts in the Financial Freedom Academy. You'll learn how to be financially free, but also how to be a pro trader and what pro traders do to trade for a living. If that's important to you or something you're interested in, be sure to click the link in the description. Now, let's move on from Bitcoin and let's quickly talk about the XRP army. Okay, everybody loves XRP, or I know the XRP army does, all right? And what we're looking for here, we're actually looking for XRP to come down and tag this $1.61 level, all right? If you see XRP come down and tag $1.61, it needs to break below that level. As soon as it comes back above $1.61, that's a long, that's a buy alert, all right? If we get it, set your stop just below whatever wick low gets put in, and then target $9 to the upside, okay? Now, that's one way to trade this. There are multiple ways. You could also trade the same level at about $1.89, okay? That's an SR flip. If Bitcoin, that's the thing, if Bitcoin does the deep pull, you're gonna get deeper pulls on your altcoins. If Bitcoin does a shallow pullback, you're gonna get the shallow levels. You have to be prepared for both, okay? Now, SRSI is up on XRP, surprisingly and very sneakily. RSI is holding 50. This looks like it wants to explode to the upside. The only bad news is it's basically put in a top from the 2017 high, and you have, see how the moving averages are curling over price? When they curl over price, they push it down, they suppress it. So price has to get back above, all right? Now, let's move on to your final trade alert. Let's take a look at KASPA. Now, KASPA, had a massive breakout from this 0.05 cents. Just to put that into perspective for you, in percentage terms, KASPA went on to make a 300% move from that breakout, okay? That said, it's put in a beautiful distribution pattern here. You see how this price is just curling and just distributing into the highs, okay? But most likely what happened here is just a basic retest long at 5 cents, where that was an explosive move up. We're gonna look at this move, okay? Let me take off this volume profile. So here's what I'm expecting for KASPA. If we get a shallower pull for Bitcoin, we're gonna get a pull into the 786. That's gonna be along around 0.065, okay? Manage your risk. This is not financial advice. You have to take care of your own capital. I'm giving you ideas. Now, we do wanna see SRSI cross back up and RSI poise up. That said, if you see KASPA come down here and clip the 786 around 0.065 and then break back above, that's your long trigger. Set a stop, let it rock. You're gonna target up here around 0.11, okay, on that move, all right? Now, If for some reason we came back and we tested this level again around 0.5, that would also be a long. The way I analyze these is I use Fibonacci. Okay, so you're going to go from wick low to wick high. And again, we teach this in the Financial Freedom Academy. We're breaking below the golden pocket here, and it looks like we want to make a move down here to test this level. All right, you want to see it hold. That's the main thing for the long setup. Now, you can also take this a step further, and I'm going to wrap it up with this. You can pull the volume and you can see what's happening here. We're below the point of control. We're threatening to break below the value area low, so we could come down here and tap this level. All right. Now, that said, be sure to follow me with alerts on. I'm going to keep you in every move for Bitcoin, long and short. And just so you know, I was able to do that for my followers on basically this long, this short, this long, this short, this long, and this short that we're currently in, and this is printing. All right. So follow me for more. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.
Thanks for watching. Hey, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Also, click the link in the description. You can join the Financial Freedom Academy email list. We're going to give you free market updates every Wednesday, trading tips, and insider information you don't want to miss. Check it out.